So what's been coming up for me lately is just a tremendous amount of fear. But what I recognize with the fear, it doesn't matter what it is, what the situation is.
Mm.
It's all the same. I'm noticing it's the same thread.
Mm.
And last night, I mean, I could barely sleep. There was just something that got activated, and there's this horrendous fear here. And it seems to be in the solar plexus, chest, in the neck area. And I was trying to feel into it during the meditation, but it feels like concrete.
Dang, yeah.
um, and it's like there's a scream, like it doesn't want to be penetrated.
Is this something that you've had for a long time?
Oh yeah, no, this is big, yeah, and it's connected to seeing that all the fear that arises is coming from the same place.
Mm. Yeah. Do you have trying to feel how to start that question? Um, taking you're starting from the point that what you're experiencing is fear.
Mhm.
And if we question that, if we take off that label and just come to what is actually in the body, what is it about the situations that seem to be connected to fear in the let me ask it differently. Why is it that you are assuming that it's fear that is connecting all of these different situations?
There's a desire to run. I'm not safe.
And do you feel like that's a true statement in those situations, or is this something that feels like it's an over?
Um, I mean, but the mind can make an element of truth in anything.
But for you,
Um,
in that
and
moment.
maybe it's more to like I need a solution.
to
I need a certainty. I need an answer. I need a resolution of whatever's arising. I
can we be
need to
more specific?
understand.
Yeah, can we be a little more specific? Is it so are all of these situations in which you feel this fear and this need to run, is it all because there is this feeling of uncertainty and there's an anxiety about not having a sense of knowing and stability?
It's the not knowing and a sense of stability. Yeah.
May I ask?
Yeah, please.
I'm thinking you said that it arose when you were lying in bed, um, and clearly then it, unless there was an axe murderer in your bedroom, then it was something that happened in your mind that gave you the feeling of fear. So
Yes.
there's a thought that is triggering a sensation in the body. And I
Yes.
think what you ask, I might, project a lot of things. I think what Todd was asking was trying to clarify what is it exactly that you're fearing? Because if it's a situation that arises when you're in traffic and when you're, with your mother-in-law and in bed at night alone, then it's not the same thing.
Yeah.
But the bodily sensation of fear is the same, and there's a root to that is not connected with the fear that we're talking about. So it's just really teasing it out and finding out what is it exactly that is triggering that sensation in the body.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. That was exactly what I was getting to, but much more clear. So thank you.
It feels okay. The situation right now is where I live, and the condo association is unstable. And so my sense of living is unstable. But also I notice when somebody, like a friend is ghosting me and not responding to me, I have the same fear arise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The situation with the condo that you live in now and the situation with that, do you see that it's a projection of the future because right now you are safe?
Yes.
So where's the similarity with that and the friend ghosting you? Because a friend is not ghosting you. A friend is just not contacting you when you want the friend to contact you.
Right.
So it's the same mind-created downward spiral, which is
Yeah.
not connected to anything in real life. You're creating a scenario, and then you are creating a connection which is not there.
Right.
And those two things are fantasy that is just happening. But those two are happening, and what is happening in the body is another thing. And it's that body part that we're interested in, because the way that we see it is that something is arising in the body, and then you are attaching a thought to it.
Mm.
Right.
So if you have a sensation of, I can't breathe, there's something in the solar plexus, there's something here, that is fear. Now I'm slowing down, slowing down, slowing down. But that is fear. What am I afraid? Ooh, my friend was ghosting me. Ooh, I'm not safe here in my condo. So those might not have anything to do with what is happening in the body. Those
Right.
scenarios and those stories are just there to remind you of the flavor of fear.
Yes.
There's something in the body that needs to be looked at and held. And the flavor, the color or the genre is what you need to look at. And to know what that is, those two incidents come up where you feel powerless.
Yes.
So
And
it's
just
about exactly, it's about a feeling of powerlessness, fear in your powerlessness. That something is happening that is out of your reach.
yes.
And that we can track back to its origin, and that is where the healing needs to happen.
Okay. Yeah. And I know where it comes back. It's like as a child in a very abusive family, I was always on, on edge, walking on glass, ready for the next thing to happen.
Yeah.
And that's what it feels like right now, that I haven't grown up. I haven't matured. And even
Yeah.
though I hear the logic in what you're saying, and even though I went through this meditation and saw that it was just thought
Mm.
and it's just sensation, there's still that connection that hasn't been healed yet.
Yeah, exactly. And it's really about becoming aware that the part of you then that had an abusive childhood, where when you grow up in an abusive and what's it called, dysfunctional family, then you are walking on eggshells all the time.
Yeah.
But the child creates a scenario where I can do something so that won't happen, either not happen now or just pushing it a little bit, by becoming the clown or by becoming servant or by becoming, just being quiet, quiet, quiet. We know it's going to happen, but we're just pushing it a bit further until it happens. And that holding your breath and trying to do right is what you're now projecting onto your friend, that you say, my friend is ghosting me, so I need to be different. I need to do different so my friend is not ghosting me. But what we're saying is your friend is not ghosting you. Your friend has just not contacted you. That's not ghosting. It's just right now the friend is not doing what you want the friend to do, but it has nothing to do with the friend. It's about you holding your breath and believing that if you are different in the world, then everything is going to be fine.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you connect with your body now and you feel that solar plexus thing, the solar plexus is connected hormonally with the adrenals, and that's very much about fight, flight, or freeze. It's about socialization, and it's about learning how to be in the world where we feel safe. So that you feel it in the solar plexus, it's very much connected with stress. So if you connect with the body right now, and you connect with the feeling of stress and the feeling of suffocation and the feeling of all of that, can you just allow it to be there and not try to change it in any way? The solar plexus doesn't need to feel any different. The suffocation doesn't need to change. The inhalation doesn't need to be, not obstructed. Everything that is happening, if tears are coming, they're not supposed not to come. Whatever is happening right now in the body is completely fine. Right now, you're sitting in your house. We're right here. You're completely safe. You can allow yourself to be in the body the way that it feels to be in the body, with whatever constriction that comes up. None of it needs to go away. It's allowed to be there. So can you be in a body where all that is present right now?
Yes. Yes, I just need that reminder.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
And whenever you're creating a story where you start to feel that, then no, okay. It's not about the story. It's not about the condo or the friend or the prices or anything like that. It's not about that at all. It's about there's a feeling in the body that I need to breathe into. This contraction that is here right now, it does not need to go away. It's fine to be constricted. It's fine to have a racing heart. It's fine to have clammy hands. It's completely fine. I'm here. So you're calming your body in reverse to back when you couldn't breathe and you couldn't be in the world.
Yeah. Thank you. Yes. It was very helpful. Thank you.
You want to say something?
I mean, I feel like that covered, that was really good. Yeah, I feel like it was going to go into a long tangent if I go to anything else.
Long tangents are fine.
Well, the first thing is just that, what we did in the meditation with also taking the label of contraction and taking that label of cement and that feeling off of it, and just recognizing what's there in a way of also of relaxing the nervous system and recognizing that you can calm down with it being there. It doesn't have to move because it's not actually the density and the constriction that we think it is. You can if you have a sensation like that, you can do like what we did in the meditation and expand the feeling around that sensation as well. You can make room for it so that you can have space for whatever is arising in that moment, and recognize that it's not something that is a life-threatening contraction that's happening right now. You can have space to hold anything that happens, and without the labels of fear, without the stories attached to it, as you said, of this is because my friend is ghosting me, or this is because this other thing is happening. All you have is tingly, fuzzy sensation, basically. And there's nothing that we experience in our body that if you strip that label of pain, tension, contraction, solidity, pressure off of it, none of that is unbearable once you actually get down to what's really there. And of course, the reason why you said that you're, it's like it's like you're a child again, you still haven't, because that's still a part, that's still there. Then that's why when we do the reparenting and that sort of thing, it's because, you don't have to travel in time back to then. It's because that's still a part that's alive right now. And it's still part of the way that you function and see the world and navigate through it. And so we're healing right now one of those things that's just fundamentally dysfunctional in the way that for you it was functional as a child, as a way of trying to get what you needed in the world and stay safe and create a space for yourself. But now as an adult, it tends to cause more problems than it solves. So now you can allow that part to relax, to heal, to be with it, to love it, because it is still here, but it doesn't need to do what it was once doing.
It's also about the part that we tend to believe the thought. So we tend to identify with the thought and believe the thought and believe a feeling and believe an emotion. So whenever it comes up, we believe it to be dangerous and something we really need to look at and we really need to dissolve and we need to do something about it. It's not why it happens. It happens because the body had a need at a point and that need couldn't be met. It can be met now, so just meet it. And that's it. And this is also why we can have these bodily constrictions and all of that for decades. And the moment we just allow it to be there, it dissolves all by itself because it was nothing to begin with. We have just created so many stories about it. You know, been to therapies and treatments and lots of different things for this thing that we don't want anymore, instead of just being with it and seeing what is there and allowing for it to dissolve the way that it is dissolving.
That was perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.